Hello, my friends. Yes, it's another show. I want to thank you for joining me and pressing play and all that jazz. Hey, it's a weird world we're living in. It's been a crazy, 48 hours, too, astronomically speaking, and here on the planet Earth and outside in the farthest reaches of it, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Like an asteroid that was just discovered January 5th. You know all those mysterious booms? The booms?
It is a mystery just northeast of Denver that captured the world's imagination. A loud boom rocked the town of Log Buoy and several other areas. We aren't the only ones wondering what's going on. This is one of dozens of booms that have been reported around the world in recent weeks.
The booms. That's what my son Ethan used to do with his legs. But no, these booms are all over the world. You know, there's hear these crazy booms and shaking, and they say that it's the the military, or it's a sonic boom, or it's this or that. But it's none of those things. And well, now they have an explanation. That's right. Just came out. Is it true? Well, you're going to find out on today's show, but that's not all. A comet, this comet that they've been tracking for forever, all of a sudden, as it's approaching Earth, it's slowing down. What is that about? It's coming as fast as it can, so it's just kind of slowing down. What's going on there? What's going on with the booms? What's going on with the asteroids that are being discovered, and all these meteors? Like another meteor. There's like one after another after another.
Did any of you happen to see this tonight? What looks like a possible meteor caught on camera. This video taken near 7th Avenue in Northern.
ABC 15's Mike Pelton joining us live. And Mike, a lot to see it. A bright fireball streaking over the valley skies.
It's a crazy world, and I'm excited. I feel like Crazy Eddie. Remember that commercial? Okay. People, make sure that you're buckled up, because we're going to get into some really amazing stuff. And as I said, Planet 9 breakthrough. I said a while ago that we were going to hear about Planet 9, and I said that we were going to see a lot more meteors, and I said that we were going to see a lot of perturbation, which means when a large body is entering into, the Kuiper Belt or the Oort cloud or whatever, all those rocks, they got to go somewhere. Buckle up, people, because we're talking crazy space today. So all the stuff I'm going to talk about, okay? I want you to be sitting down or laying down or standing up or listening. I'm just glad you're watching, so I don't really care how you do it. But be ready, because there's some things that may freak you out a little bit, get you a little scared, get you get a little nervous about the way of the world and the direction that things are going. But don't forget, this is all supposed to excite you, because everything is working together for the good of those that know it. All right? So here we go. In 2017 alone, the year that just passed, okay, there were more than 64 massive booms heard worldwide, like everywhere. And in these cases, it wasn't a sonic boom. It wasn't a military exercise. It wasn't the Navy or the Air Force. And it wasn't, well, some people say that it could have been aliens. But the news is in. They say this has to do with frost. They're called frostquakes. As the temperature begins dropping with the approach of the cold weather months in many parts of the world, a rare natural phenomenon may begin to occur, characterized by sudden loud rumbling or booms. Accompanied by ground shaking, it often leaves those who have experienced it confused and terribly frightened. Frostquakes, that's what they're called, also known as cryoseisms. They are a natural phenomenon that occurs when extremely cold temperatures lead to sudden deep freezing of the ground after it is saturated with water. The Vermont Geological Survey defines a cryoseism as a major frost cracking on the top few feet of the ground occurring during sub-zero cold snaps, which generates localized ground shaking and is often mistaken for an earthquake, because a lot of times these booms are rattling houses. There are a lot of reports about this. It was like every news station was talking about these mysterious booms.
We're developing a story. The boom felt by people across the county about 11 o'clock this morning remains a mystery tonight.
I was like, what the heck is that?
Like just a shake, it was like some of the stuff in my room visibly moved.
I thought the North Koreans were bombing us.
Frostquake, you know, which goes kind of goes along with the bomb cyclone that we just had in New York here. A lot of weird names for this stuff. I feel like everything's being dumbed down today, don't you? Seems like the whole world is being dumbed down. That's why I'm grateful for all of you, because you're all a lot of smart people out there, and I love your intelligent comments and your commentary and all the videos that you send me and all the stuff. And as always, if I miss your comment, it's not that I don't avoid people. I don't ignore comments. Just, you know, when I get to them, I get to them. Just keep going, because I appreciate it. I'm so grateful for it, and I've forged a lot of amazing relationships with all of you. So, are the booms, are they frostquakes? Is that what they are? I like the idea of portals opening up and going boom, boom, boom. You know, because that's what they're trying to do over at CERN and other colliders around the world. It's a frostquake. That's what they say. But you know, I don't know. It doesn't make sense, because these booms are also heard in places that aren't necessarily cold. So there's that. Moving on.
That bright flash last night was a meteor, and he's now looking to see if it landed here in Arizona. ABC 15's Mike Felton joining us live. And Mike, a lot of us amazed by what we saw.
Let's get right into these meteors, which if you're looking for this stuff, like, see, I'm into all this stuff. I like astronomy. I like looking at the looking at the stars, and I like searching all this stuff out. And unlike a lot of other channels, I don't want to come on here and get you worried that, you know, the world is going to blow up. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I'm not worried, because I know where I'm going. The world, on the other hand, outside of this heart and spirit and soul of mine, may be a different story. We don't know. But we're going to need people like you in the world to come, because there's going to be a lot of change, whether that's going to be related to some crazy asteroid crashing into us, which is what a lot of these YouTube channels are talking about. That's right. They have just discovered another asteroid. Isn't it funny that you never really heard about this stuff until just recently, last couple of years? And now it seems that the frequency of fireballs and meteors and near-Earth asteroid sightings, they're on the rise in a major way. We got 2 potentially hazardous asteroids coming towards us. One, they say, is the size bigger than that Dubai hotel. The asteroid is called 2002 AJ129. It's bigger than Dubai's half-a-mile-high Burj Khalifa, which is their huge tower, and is set to miss us narrowly. That's on February 4th. A lot of people are freaking out about that, because, you know, a little teeny change could mess everything up, or bumping into something else could mess everything up. It's close approach, right? So close that they say that when it happens, you'll be able to see it. Be able to look up there with your telescope or your really high, powered binoculars. Don't be using those to be spying on your neighbors. It's not nice. But that's not the only one. In addition to that asteroid, we got to worry about another one. Well, we don't have to worry about it. I don't like to say that. I don't like to say we like to worry about it. That's what the other channels say, and the news organizations. And here's the thing, right? They have no idea of how this thing's going to behave. They really don't. They've only seen it a couple of times, and they can't narrow down its, its orbit or its trajectory, or if it's going to hit us. They just know that it's going to be close. So close so that they have this little 0 to 10 scale, like 10 being the most dangerous, or that 10 being the, I don't want to say the most dangerous, but the most unknown. And this one on that scale, according to NASA, is a 9. So, got 2 crazy asteroids. Where do they come from, right? I wonder if this has anything to do with Nibiru, Planet 9, Erkopolis, whatever you want to call it. I wonder. By the way, more astronomers are saying it's real. And the mathematics now definitely prove it. This is big news. This just came out. Scientists are claiming to have found more evidence that a planet 10 times the size of Earth is lurking around Pluto. Now remember the last video I did on this, when we realized that this planet was actually part of our solar system and that it's in this huge elliptical orbit, right? We have all the UFO disclosures, people, right? One after the other after the other. We have all these meteors, right? One after the other. These mysterious booms. I don't know if they're related, but I just wanted to throw it in there because it sounds cool. And we have Planet 9. All these things would be tied together if you had some planet that has entered in. Because what happens, and this is why they know it's real, is in these the Kuiper Belt. The Kuiper Belt is this area of all of these huge asteroids and rocks, and and when a planet is coming in, what happens is it basically moves everything around and moves it around in groups. So much so that these scientists, 2 astronomers at the Universidad Complutense de Madrid, I don't know if I said that right, claims to have found evidence of the mysterious existence of Planet 9 or Planet X. So they have more evidence. They have more evidence. Remember back about a year ago, right? We're back in Brown, the Caltech guys, which by the way I've emailed. Nobody gets back to me. It's not nice. It's not nice. I'd love to do an interview with them. I'd love to get their inside scoop. But whatever. What are you going to do? Long story short, this is just more evidence that it's real. Now, just a little while ago, it seemed that there was a little smear campaign trying to say that Planet 9 doesn't exist, right? Well, that's now thrown to the side because of these calculations and the observations of these extreme trans-Neptunian objects, ETNOs. Astronomer Carlos de la Fuente Marcos said in a news release, one possibility is that the ETNOs are stable, and in this case they would tend to have their nodes away from the path of possible perturbers. But if they're unstable, they would behave as the comets that interact with Jupiter do, tending to have one of the nodes close to their orbit of the hypothetical perturber. In any event, I don't know what any of that meant. Basically, what it means is a lot of stuff is moving around, and through data mining and mathematics and observations, they now say that without a shadow of a doubt, Planet 9, Planet X, Nibiru, whatever you want to call it, is real and in our solar system and moving toward us, indeed. They didn't say the moving toward us part, but it's obvious, right? Okay, the new findings detailed this week in the monthly notices of Royal Astronomical Society lend credence to previous hypotheses of researchers that I talked about back in Brown, the Caltech guys. Okay, so it's a lot of interesting stuff, right? Because once again, we're seeing so many meteors heading our way, and all of these UFO disclosures, and it leads one to think maybe the whole thing with Nibiru and Anunnaki and all that stuff and the Sumerian mythology and all the stuff that's been laid out, maybe there's something to it. Now, does that discount the idea of an intelligent creating force called God or Lord or whatever you want to call it? No, it does not. It just means that just like there are other species, there may in fact be other species. Well, according to Bigelow, that billionaire, the NASA guy, Bigelow Aerospace, you know, the guy who gives billions of dollars, and he just did that 60 Minutes interview. According to him, these aliens are already here, that we don't have to go anywhere, that there's been a lot of stuff going down, that they're in communication, you know. And this guy said this, and he doesn't even care. He says, I don't give a damn. He said, well, because why? Why would he worry? He's got nothing to worry about. He's got a lot of money and a lot of power.
Is it risky for you to say, you know, in public that you believe in UFOs and aliens?
I don't care.
You don't worry that some people will say that you hear that guy, he sounds like he's crazy?
I don't care.
Why not?
It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality of what I know.
Do you imagine that in our space travels we will encounter other forms of intelligent life?
You don't have to go anywhere.
You can find it here?
Yeah.
Where exactly?
It's just like right under people's noses. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so which brings us to this really interesting comet, which is weird because I just stumbled upon this. Flagstaff, Arizona, astronomers at Lowell Observatory observed Comet 41P/Tuttle-Jacobini-Krzak. I'm just going to call it the 41P comet, okay? Because I really have a problem pronouncing all these big words. They noticed it last spring. They noticed that it was slowing down a lot. A research team led by David Schleicher studied the comet while it was closer to the Earth than it has ever been since its discovery. The comet rotational period became twice as long. Like it slowed down like half its speed, from 24 to more than 48 hours within 6 weeks. A far greater change than ever before observed in a comet, if it's a comet. Now, they say that, I did a little research on this, and they say that this could happen, that comets their rotation could change and they could slow down. But this has got them a little spooked because they don't really understand. And now you put all of this stuff together and you start thinking, maybe there's something to it. Maybe all this crazy talk that they talk about is not so crazy after all. And it's just been covered up, hidden from the inquiring minds of you and I and the world of YouTube and other places, which I must get on soon, I know. I even stumbled upon this thing. There's some report circulating, supposedly. I mean, it seemed like it was a legit source. I don't know. You could look into it, but I did want to cover it. Supposedly, there's a report circulating in the Kremlin today saying that that no known modern scientific explanation can be found as to why one of the oldest discovered comets in our solar system, 41P, blah, 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 has mysteriously slowed down to a near stop and began, they put in quotes, firing at the Earth. It's letting off an electrical discharge, and these electric discharges are somehow, they're occurring on they occurred on the 7th of January over vast regions of eastern Russia, turning the night sky electric blue and shaking the ground, and then striking Texas on January 10th, turning the night sky to daylight and shaking the ground. And just hours ago, on the 16th of January, it says, striking large regions of the United States, most in particular Michigan, where residents cowered in terror as the night sky turned to light and accompanied the explosion.
A cataclysmic explosion goes off. You see a bright light, you feel the force, and then it goes away. And when emergency responders go to find what blew up, they can't find anything.
So basically, here's the deal, okay? This comet somehow is sending these things our way. I wonder if this is all connected to the very video that I had the dream on, and I had all that interesting information on, and I did all that research on, and I did that one video that I didn't want to talk about that ended up launching this channel. And I talk about this a lot, how this wasn't something that I wanted to deal with. But I wonder if it's all coming to a head. Said that we're entering that time, right? You know, at the end of the month, you have that blue moon, largest moon. It's also a lunar eclipse. A lot of stuff is going down. Does that mean that the world is about to end? No, ma'am, and no, sir. But it does mean that we got some exciting and interesting and spooky times ahead of us, and expect it to get a heck of a lot crazier. I don't think I've ever let you down. I think I've told you what to look for, and I think I've said you'll start to hear about this. The UFO disclosure, I said a while ago, I said you're going to start to hear it. It's going to be main news, and when it's main news, and when meteors start coming in a lot more, and they become bigger, and when we start seeing more asteroids and we start hearing about this more, guess what? That day that everybody's so excited to talk about is on its way shortly. So I hope that you're buckled up. In any event, I wanted to get all this stuff out to you. And I wanted to remind you all that there is more to life than the nonsense that you're dealing with, okay? Go back and watch some of my videos on this stuff. You are the center of all things, and within you is the center of all things, and you're an expression of that. And whatever you put your faith in and whatever you believe, if you want to take what I just said and you want to be terrified, you want to say, Jacob, I don't know what to do, I'm so scared. That's your prerogative. I instead want to encourage you to see the possibility of a life where you are free and seeing your dreams come true for the first time. But you gotta have faith, right? Keep your eyes on the sky. Keep your eyes on the prize, and keep your eyes off of the mainstream media, because it's not going to do anything but give you agita. I love each and every one of you. Please do subscribe, share the video around, and I will talk to all of you soon. I hope this was an entertaining one. I'm grateful for you. I'll give you a hug. There's another one. Give you another one. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.